Wow, really gotten off track. I don't know the point I'm trying to make, but here it is. The gym kind of becomes like a safe haven for you. It's something that you go to reduce anxiety in other places of your life. Hello everyone, it's Dalton with Spot Fitness. Before we get into the video, make sure you check out spot-fitness.com for any exercise apparel or accessories that you might need, and most importantly, where 50% of net profits are donated to exercise science research and education. So it's truly a purchase with a purpose. It's a buck that you can feel good about spending. But more importantly, what are we talking about today? And I say more importantly because there's not many topics in all of the fitness, health, and nutrition sphere that inevitably afflict just about every single person who decides to begin exercising. And that is the chronic disease of gym anxiety, or more aptly coined, gymtimidation. It's the anxiety-ridden process, any feelings of neuroticism that a person can feel when swiping their card and going into the gym. And we'll get into the particulars of this video of exactly what it is, the different causes of it, the different symptoms of it, and eventually, starting in this video, but it'll be kind of a whole series, a continuation, if you will, of just how to alleviate gym anxiety. And if you're one of the lucky people who's watching this that is kind of scoffing at the idea of actually applying a medically diagnosable psychological condition to something as simple as going to the gym, I think you might be surprised just to see how common of a affliction everybody has to deal with. In a study conducted by myprotein.com, they found that out of 3,400 survey responses, that 90% of the people who responded to the survey said that they are concerned about how others might perceive them at the gym, while 44% of people are purposefully avoiding the gym during busy times, and 42% are suffering from appearance-based anxiety while working out. So you really can't say that gym anxiety or gymtimidation is made up. There's actual quantifiable studies that have been conducted where people are replying to them and confirming that they do feel these feelings of neuroticism every time that they're going to the gym. And it isn't only applicable to beginners. This can still be people who have been going to the gym regularly for a little while. Just because you go to the gym on a regular basis, it does mean that you can relieve yourself of gym anxiety, as we'll get into this video. But if you're not somebody who kind of has a dedicated plan or ultimately goes enough to feel comfortable, it's totally okay and regular to still be suffering from gym anxiety, even if you are going on a regular basis. But what are some of the specific things that people are actually suffering from when it comes to gym anxiety? It's not really just this generic anxiety that people feel as a whole about the gym process itself. There are specific, minute details that might afflict different individuals on different bases. For example, a contingent of people are worried what other gym goers might think about their appearance or abilities. There can be concerns over motivation or the ability for people to be able to stick to their exercise plan. There can be fear of breaking some of the unwritten rules that we all know kind of accompany the gym but aren't actually scribed down anywhere. It's just the fact that going to the gym is not necessarily a simple process for many of us. It's not just swiping your card and going in and doing your exercises, your sets and your reps and going home. It's something that can really be anxiety-ridden for a lot of people, and it's really a shame because, again, the barriers to entry should be as low as possible for people to begin exercising. Fundamentally, what you're trying to do is improve your life through your fitness, improve your metabolism through your fitness, improve your functional capabilities through fitness. And if what is holding you back is thinking about what other people might think of you at the gym, that's something that we need to get rid of as soon as possible, because fundamentally going to the gym and improving your fitness is a lot more important than what other people are thinking about you while you're doing that. So what can be done? And I addressed at the top of this video that this is likely going to become a series of video because luckily I think there's many, many things that can be done about overcoming gym anxiety. But don't think I'm wasting your time. I'm going to provide you with an example in this video. And luckily, the one that I'm going to explain here in a second is really the most effective one. It is the top dog, numero uno, for alleviating gym anxiety. And not just gym anxiety itself. I mean, this is really the greatest way to overcome any kind of anxiety that you might feel, whether it be like arachnophobia, the fear of spiders, people who are like afraid of elevators or escalators, people who are afraid of swimming maybe, any kind of specific anxiety or fear. And I probably should have defined at the top of the video exactly what anxiety is, which is just the fear of something that is imminent. So you have to face this reality in the near future and you're uncertain of what's going to happen. So you're nervous, you're anxious, you have justifiable fear as to what's going to happen because it's a novel event for you. It's something that you've never experienced before. But the greatest way to overcome these novel events, these new events, is through exposure. And luckily, the gym is no different. For many of us that have been going to the gym for a long time, and for those of you who are new and kind of look at those people who have been going to the gym for a long time with envy because they seem so confident in what they're doing. They're strong maybe, they have good technique, they just kind of walk around the gym and perform certain exercises with an air of confidence that can only be built by going to the gym and performing these exercises and these routines for a long time. All of that is just a product of exposure, of repetitions. Just like your bench press or your squat or your deadlift is going to get better and stronger and more efficient the more that you do it, so is your overall efficacy or approach to going to the gym. The more you do it, the less nerve-wracking it's going to be. Every time you swipe your card, every time you say hi to the manager, every time you put on your shoes or your gym clothes or whatever it is you do to get ready for your workout, it's going to reduce the level of anxiety from wherever it started. You're going to get better at going to the gym, and you're going to overcome this nuisance of a fear that is gym anxiety, that is gymtimidation, that is unfortunately holding you back from being your best self. Do you remember your first day of school? I can at least speak to my own because I remember it being a very nerve-wracking experience. So where I'm from, there's 3 elementary schools, and then when you graduate from elementary school in 5th grade and go to middle school, they combine all 3 elementary schools. So it's just kind of this mixing pot of people from all over the city that you've never really met before. And at least for me, and I'm sure many others, it was an incredibly nerve-wracking situation. I didn't know what to expect. I was going to have new teachers, new classrooms that I didn't know where they were located. I was going to have to sit with likely new people at lunch. And this was something that I really fretted about. You know, I didn't want to go to school on that first day. But eventually, just like most of us while going to school, it just became a routine. You're very nervous for it the first day. Then the second day rolls around, you're like, well, you know, I'm probably still a little bit nervous. Maybe I didn't sit with the right people at lunch, or maybe I went to the wrong classroom at first. But you kind of hammer out those details on the second day, and then the third day rolls around, the fourth day, and then it's the weekend, so you get to relax, and then the next Monday rolls around. It's just exposure to the whole process of going to school that relieves any anxiety that you felt at the beginning of it. And then eventually you're a month into school, and it's just a piece of cake. You have nothing to worry about anymore. It's just going to school. We all do it. We all did it. There's nothing special to it other than just showing up, going through the motions, hopefully getting good grades, doing everything you're supposed to and whatnot. But it's just school at the end of the day. And for many of us, that's what the gym is. It's just going to the gym. And at least for somebody like me, often it's the highlight of my freaking day. It's something that I no longer feel anxious about. I haven't for years. I feel excited about it. And that's the level that you can get to while going to the gym enough. Eventually you're going to overcome that gymtimidation, that gym anxiety, and you're going to be looking forward to going every day. You're going to be looking forward to pursuing those PRs, that new bench press PR, or squat, or deadlift, or the new exercise machine that your gym got that you feel really good mind-muscle connection on it, and you're looking forward to going in and using it every day. The gym kind of becomes like a safe haven for you. It's something that you go to reduce anxiety in other places of your life. It's kind of funny how it does that full circle where, you know, you first start going to the gym and you're nervous about it. You know, you're not strong, you're a little scrawny maybe, or you're overweight. All things that are totally okay because we all start from different points in life and we can all improve from there. But eventually, when you get good at it, man, it becomes the highlight of your freaking day sometimes. It's unsurprising watching these people who kind of proliferate on Instagram or YouTube, and they show these progress photos of just what they had become and transforming their entire lives, losing hundreds of pounds or putting on 30, 40 pounds of muscles in the process of a couple of years, because they got over that gym anxiety that we inevitably all feel when we begin, and their identity, their lives, going to the gym became a fundamental piece of that, like a literal cornerstone, well, I guess not literal, a metaphorical cornerstone to who they are as a person was going to the gym. And that's what can happen to you by exposure. And as you go on this journey of exposure and ultimately feel more comfortable in the gym, you'll begin to realize that those other people that are at the gym, the regular gym goers, maybe that like roided out guy in the corner who does dumbbell shrugs with the 150s and yells all the time and nobody really likes, but he's just there every day because he has nothing better to do.
Stop! Stop, baby! Stop!
Those people ultimately don't really care whether you are at the gym or what you are doing at the gym. And I don't say this to minimize your experience or make you feel invalid at all, because nobody wants you to go to the gym and supports you more than I do. I likely want you to go to the gym more than you want to. But it's just kind of a fundamental fact of life that we live in this very myopic version of it, that we believe that the world essentially does revolve around us when it's really not true. And that same study that I mentioned at the top of the video that talked about how 90% of gym goers suffer from gym anxiety when they begin going to the gym, 75% of the people who responded to that study said that they don't pay any attention to what other people are doing in the gym. They really don't care. And that's how it is for me too. I mean, I go to the gym a lot. I see a lot of new people there. Those bright-eyed, bushy-tailed beginners that are walking through the door for the first time and end up just doing like bicep curls and tricep pushdowns for an hour and then going home. I don't necessarily care that those people are at the gym in the sense that I'm not critiquing them or judging them whatsoever for what they are doing. I'm just happy that they are there and trying to improve themselves physically. And I also want to make sure they're safe, and if there's somebody who I feel like is doing something that is potentially dangerous to themselves or others, I'll kind of monitor, and if I have to go over and help, I will. All the while trying not to embarrass anybody, because you don't want people to, again, you don't want to build gym anxiety by condemning somebody for what they're doing. You just want to make sure it's kind of a safe and conducive environment. But wow, really gotten off track. I don't know the point I'm trying to make, but here it is. This gym anxiety, a lot of it is fostered within yourself just by being inside of your own head. Just this myopic belief that the world revolves around us when it really doesn't. Nobody cares except me. Besides me, nobody cares about you going to the gym more than you do. Nobody cares about the exercises that you're doing more than you do. And while this sounds kind of nihilistic, I think you can take comfort in the fact knowing that other people aren't judging you because they don't care. And it's really important for you to care, because this long road of journey of health and fitness that is going to be covered on this topic or on this channel ad nauseum, it's way more important than being nervous about what other people are thinking. You have to overcome gym anxiety if you're going to make any kind of marked improvements within the gym. And you will, through exposure and through the other tips and tricks that I'll be covering in this series on this channel that I hope you will stay tuned for. So again, everybody, I'm Dalton with Spot Fitness. Make sure you check out the website. Thank you for watching. Let me know down in the comments below. Do you suffer from gym anxiety? How do you overcome it? What's your journey been like with it? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.